On a quiet summer day back in 1989, a young hockey player traveled to the Austrian Alps for what should have been a short adventure before starting the next chapter of his life. He was 23 years old, and he had a promising career behind him, but new opportunities ahead and a future that seemed full of possibilities, just like he wanted. But somewhere high in the mountains of Austria, Duncan McPherson disappeared. And for 14 years, his family and friends searched for answers. And when the mountain finally gave up its secret, it only created more questions. A lot, to be honest. Duncan Alvin McPherson was born in Saskatoon in Canada, back in 1966. From a very young age, hockey became his passion and his dream. He was talented, disciplined, and determined. His skills eventually earned him recognition as one of Canada's promising young hockey players. And then, in 1984, Duncan was selected in the first round of the NHL draft by the New York Islanders. He played professionally and continued chasing his dream of a career in hockey, but injuries affected his progress, and by 1989, Duncan's path was beginning to change. Instead of continuing only as a player, he was preparing for a new opportunity, to be a coach in Dundee, Scotland. Before beginning his new job, Duncan decided to spend some time traveling through Europe. He wanted to visit some friends and to explore new places and enjoy one final adventure before starting his coaching career. And in August 1989, he arrived in Austria. One of his stops was the beautiful Stubai Glacier region in the Austrian Alps. On August 9th, 1989, Duncan spent time at the Stubai Glacier, and then he rented equipment and went out alone. That was the last confirmed sighting of him. And days later, Duncan failed to arrive for his planned trip to Scotland. At first, many people hoped he was simply delayed, but as time passed, concern grew. His family and friends began searching for answers. Eventually, the car Duncan had borrowed was discovered near the ski area, but Duncan himself was nowhere to be found. And for the years to come, searches were conducted in the Alps, and his family refused to give up. They traveled to Austria multiple times, hoping to find some clue about what happened to their son. But the mountains remained silent. 14 years passed. In 2003, the glacier revealed what had been hidden for more than a decade. A worker at the ski resort discovered human remains in the area where Duncan had disappeared. The remains were identified as Duncan McPherson. After 14 years of uncertainty, his family finally had an answer and peace to the question they had been asking: where was Duncan? And according to the official explanation, Duncan likely died after an accident on the glacier. But not everyone accepted that explanation. Questions were raised about the circumstances surrounding his death and whether everything about the investigation had been handled correctly. Some researchers and people close to the case have suggested alternative explanations. However, no definitive evidence has proven that another person was responsible. And today, Duncan McPherson's story remains one of the most unusual disappearances connected to the Alps. Thank you for watching.